what would be a really good niche apart from clothing? So in terms of niche selection on Etsy, I did, bro, there's so many things. I mean, one, why don't you want to do clothing? You know, if you look at Etsy.com right here, so this is the up-to-date version, this is the UK store, right? Fashion Finds is right there. Fashion Finds is right there. You can see they're promoting fashion and a lot of different things within here, quite a lot. Fashion's really good, clothing is really good, particularly women's clothing. I would stay away from personalized items. I would focus on women's Western clothing right here. Dresses under $100, really good. Linen clothing, lounge sleepwear. This has actually been really, really good for us. Like loungewear, like pajama kind of thing, PJs, been really good for us. So I would personally focus on that. Okay, as a niche right now in 2025, I think that is the best niche, and that's going to be the killer niche where people are going to make the most money in 2025. Okay. Disregarding this, if you just don't want to do fashion for whatever reason, right? You want to be silly about it. You don't want to do this, whatever. Maybe you got a couple fashion stores already, okay? I would look at the other things that Etsy is promoting. That's always the best way to look at it, okay? Like, what is Etsy pushing in front of people's eyes? You know, what are they pushing to the masses, you know? So if you look at something, right, home favorites, really good niche. They're pushing it right in the middle, okay? Obviously, you got gifts, you got Valentine's Day. Home favorites, really easy to do. There's so much variation within these niches right here. You can see cafe curtains, like what the fuck even is that, you know? Maybe, what actually is that? Oh, it's like the little, oh, it's kind of cool actually. It's like if your house is on like the bottom floor or something by a main road. Okay. Wait, no, is that, no, that's not why. I don't know what it's for. Fucking whatever. Like cozy throws, shelves, you know, there's a lot of different things in here. Home decor is my personal like best niche where I've made the most money. It's fucking really good niche, right? So many different things, so much variation in here. Absolutely killer. Try and list unique items and anything will work. Literally anything will work. I just opened my crystal themed store today. What do you think about this niche? I think crystals on Etsy is a very good niche to do. Is it the best niche? No, but it's a very good niche anyways. Like, really on Etsy, there's pretty much like only very good niches and there's just bad niches, you know? Like crystals are good. I've seen some people do it. I would say that margins can be a little bit lower than other niches like home goods and clothing. Where on clothing, you can sell something you're buying for $10 for like $100. I mean, this would be a good example. This right here, you can buy this for I think $15 on AliExpress. And you can see they're selling it for $121 right here on Etsy. Whereas crystals, really you're gonna be buying it for like much closer to the sales price. Let's have a quick look. So, I mean this for example right here, so 23 reviews, it does okay. You know, they're selling it for, well, the cheapest option is like $13, $14. It's not that cheap to get this type of item. But it really depends, right? There's so many different options that you can do with crystals. You can start doing these big ones, like these big amethyst, whatever. You start doing these and these have much better margins. You gotta remember though, these are heavy. So if you're selling these from like China, which this is probably from, you know, from US, it's gonna be very expensive to ship single items like that. If we have a quick look here, so you can see like all these ones are being shipped from China. So something like this would be really difficult to make money with. Like the margins just aren't gonna be that good because you're gonna get a lot of people buying those really cheap ones, $7, you know? $5 shipping, which is all right, but like it's very, 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 very low margins and low average order value. Because you gotta think about like, who are the people that are buying the products on the Etsy platform? Who are people like buying crystals on Etsy? It's normally younger people that are a little bit stupid, you know, people that buy crystals. They're always a bit like lefty, stupid kind of thing. Like younger typically as well, people that buy crystals are gonna be younger. So yeah, like it's just gonna be hard to make money and you're gonna be dealing with a lot of stupid customers. But that doesn't mean you can't do it really, really, really well. You know, like this store right here, $54 for this listing. I think this is probably more of a new store. They're running ads for this. Yeah, this is a brand new store. But like some of these items, $77, that's good. That's a good margin. That's not that large, like it's not that heavy. So that's gonna be pretty good margins on that type of product. The thing is with Etsy is like, you can make money in literally any niche. It doesn't really matter which niche you're in. There's great niches, there's kind of really great niches, there's okay niches. you know, but most of the time, it's always good to just run with it. Like, the margins within crystals, typically, I'm going to say though, isn't going to be close to 50%. It's going to be closer to 20, 15, maybe 25%. That's what I've personally seen, my own personal experience, and seeing some other stores in there and seeing the back end of some other stores in there as well. But yeah. Can I get started with $500? How long can I start printing with that? Honestly, bro, $500 is more than enough to actually get started with Etsy dropshipping. Like, genuinely more than enough to get started with Etsy dropshipping. Really, you only need maybe $100 to $150 to get started, and just some cash flow. You know, that's a more important thing. If you have $100, but you have no money ever going to be coming in and you're unemployed, then you're going to really struggle, because cash flow is really important within e-commerce, within any business in the entire world. It's very important. So $500, more than enough to get started with. Really, you're going to want like $100 to $150 per store to get it kind of up and running. And that's being like very nice. Really, you could start a store with fucking $40 and you could be fine. But I'm just going to err on the side of caution there. But yeah, $500 is literally more than good, bro. More than fucking good. Explain process to get tracking info for each order. The process to get tracking for your orders is dependent on who you are using, right? Like, if you're using AliExpress, like, it'll just be automatically updated on the AliExpress order. If you're using CJ, the same thing will happen. If you're using a private supplier and they have a direct connection to your Etsy store, you can just tell them to add the last mile tracking on there and they'll just do that for you. But like, you're basically good, like, across the board. Like, you're literally good across the board. Like, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Is there a specific situation? If there is, then I would just ask your actual manufacturer about it, your actual supplier about it, you know? Just say like, yo, can you help me with this? Can you give me a tracking? Really, what you want to do is you want to provide the customer the last mile tracking number. That's the best tracking number that you want to give them, basically. Is it easy to get banned on Etsy? It is easy, but it's also not easy, right? Like, I don't know what the control is. Like, is it easy to get banned on Etsy? It's kind of easy, yeah. But to be honest, it's kind of easy, yeah. You can do a lot of different things. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, you can do a lot of different things that will then lead to a ban. So it kind of is easy, yeah. It kind of is easy, yeah. Yeah, bans are super chill. Bans are like the easiest they've ever been right now. In like maybe like 2 years. I would say like a year and a half, 2 years is realistically like how it's the easiest it's been in that period of time. Bans are super easy to avoid. If you do stupid stuff, yeah, it's very, very easy to get banned. Starting today, maybe a month or two from now, what's a good target to set or aim for? So what's a good target? Like, what can you achieve in 1 month or 2 months on the Etsy platform? Really, it's a hard question to answer because it's down to you and there's an element of luck associated to it, right? And it depends what information you're following, depends how consistently you're sticking with it. Are you putting 10 minutes a day effort in? Are you putting 6 hours of effort in every single day? Obviously, more time's always better. It also depends which budget you're starting with. Are you starting with $0 to your name, or you're starting with $10,000 to your name? You know, there's so many different variables, so it's hard to give a specific answer. But in terms of like good goals to have, I would try and focus on like actual objectives to do, you know? So in like 60 days time, have 5 stores live, you know? And on each and every single one of those stores, have 45 products listed, you know? So then you're gonna have almost 250 products across all those stores, and out of 250 products, you're gonna have a few winners, you're gonna have a few sales, you know? So I would try and focus on that. The money will come, right? And really at the 60-day mark, if you are paying attention, if you're doing things right, you're moving quickly, you're learning, you're trying to figure things out, very, very, very easily a few $1,000s profit a month. Like $2,000 profit a month in 60 days is very easy to do. If you're following the correct information, you're sticking with it, and you're like fucking on the ball and you're actually paying attention, it's very easy. Problem is 14 today payout with new store, right? Yeah, so that's like the cash flow issue, right? I'm gonna be honest, that is literally the same thing with every single fucking niche, right? Sorry, every single niche, every single e-commerce store on the entire planet, like you're gonna have cash flow. Like it's just always a thing. Yeah. Like if out of all the issues we have is just 14-day payouts, like that makes Etsy so much easier. And it's still the best thing to do. Because if you think about like something like Facebook, with Facebook, you're just gonna spend thousands trying to find a fucking product. And once you find a product and you try and scale it, you're gonna have holds anyways. Most people at a minimum are gonna have 25% rolling holds. So all of your profit's gonna be held, probably more, because Shopify dropshipping, about 15% margins, 10% margins, right? So all of that's gonna be held. Sometimes it can be 50%, sometimes it can even be 100% for like 90 days. Someone messaged me the other day that they're holding like 50K from him. Shopify payments, you got like a couple chargebacks by accident, a little mistake, whatever, right? And they're holding like 50K for him for 4 months, literally 4 months. Do you think it's better to focus on volume of orders or profit on orders? So with Etsy dropshipping, I would say you kind of want to line the middle, right? So volume is good, and like to have those reviews and to have that level of consistency is really nice. Like if you're going for high ticket and you're getting one sale every 3, 4, 5 days, but that one sale is like $100 profit, $200 profit, that's really nice. Me personally, I like to have a bit of volume to just make me feel a bit nicer, you know? So typically, if you're doing high ticket, really high ticket, you're gonna have less volume, just because there's less rich people than there are like poorer middle class people, right? I like to kind of thread the needle of selling something between like $30 and $60. So that way I get a decent level of volume. I don't need crazy level of volume like you do when you're selling something for $5 or $10. But I've got that level of volume, so I kind of, I like it, you know? But fundamentally, profit is the most important thing, right? Like, really, like fundamentally, profit is the most important thing. I like to go down kind of the middle. I like to kind of stay in the average, a little bit more expensive, maybe. But that's just kind of what the Etsy platform is as a whole. Etsy's definitely like a luxury platform. People don't go there to find a deal like they do on like TikTok Shop and Amazon and eBay. They go there to find cool items. So if you're selling a cool item, you can have profit, like a huge fucking margin on the products. And you can also hit pretty decent volume as well. So yeah. Okay. Only used CJ and entered UPS tracking into the system, yet my account was still suspended. Bro, like, if your account has ever been suspended on Etsy, there is a specific reason why you got suspended. Okay? That's the first thing I'll always say, right? Like, there is always a reason why you got suspended on Etsy. It's probably, I'm just gonna be truthful, it's not the fucking tracking numbers. It's just not the tracking numbers. It's just, like, it's just not. It's gonna be another reason. Normally, the biggest reason why most people get suspended on Etsy is because they're uploading shit quality products, okay? Bar like the stupid reasons like uploading 200 products in a day or like doing dumb fucking shit, yeah? And just being sus as fuck. Bar those kind of things is normally because people are uploading absolute dog shit kind of things, dog shit. How do you start an Etsy account if you're under the age of 18? So the only way legally you can do this is by using like a parent's information. When I was 15, I first started selling on eBay and I used my mum's eBay account, obviously with her permission. I ended up like not shipping something and the eBay account got banned. So obviously don't do that shit. But in general, really just use your parents' information. If you're 17 as well, you should have some friends that are 18. Just speak to them, show them what you want to do, show them you're going to do all the work and you're just going to give them a little bit of profit or a little money up front, something like this, and just do that. I'd say that's the easiest way to do it. Find a friend that's 18 or just speak to your parents, you know, or maybe an older friend, something like this, and just do it that way, bro. Like, it's really not that deep. Thing is, most people will, like, your parents should allow you to do this if they think you're competent, okay? So you just gotta show that you are competent. If they say no initially, maybe come back with a full business plan and like proper, like go anal about it and like really pitch them the idea of it, okay? And pitch them, just fucking pitch them. And they should say yes. If they don't say yes, then maybe you just have to wait till you're 18 and whatever, you know, just get a fucking normal job, save up some cash and just wait until you're 18, I suppose. can you profit within a month, like 2 to 3K profit in your first month? So with Etsy dropshipping, you can definitely make 2 to 3K in your first month. Is it realistic? No. Do most people do it? No. I would say if you're gonna make like 2 to 3K in your first month, you're either really experienced, like someone like me. I've been selling on the platform for 3 years, so it's a lot easier for me to spot a winning product and to have the correct setup and have the correct procedures in place to make 2 to 3K in the first 30 days, right? Or you're gonna get really lucky and you've just found a winning product and it's just gonna kill. The third option is you're doing something a little bit dodgy, right? So if you're selling, again, I do not recommend this, but like fake Gucci bags, fake Birkin bags, fake Disney products. If you're selling these type of products, it's very easy to make a lot of money in a short period of time. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get sued and run into legal issues and all that money might disappear because Etsy might realize, but those are kind of the options for you, right? So it's unrealistic. I don't want you to think like it's either like luck or a lot of experience that means that you make 2 to 3K in your first month for the most part. 2 to 3K profit per month in like your second month, you're very, very achievable, you know? It just depends on a lot of different things. Like it's not the normal thing to do 2 to 3K profit in first month. But really that shouldn't even be like your goal. Like that's a crazy goal to be replacing what, a 9 to 5 income in 30 days from online. Like it shouldn't be realistic to do that, you know? Scared to list items because of it, would appreciate an answer. Yeah, bro, I would leave that store alone. My personal advice, like I can't speak too much about that kind of topic, but like I don't detail too much out around that kind of stuff outside of like Etsy Kings, but I would leave that store personally alone and I would focus on other stores and focus on listing on other stores. I would leave that store just as a chill store. I would focus on new stores, you know? That's my best answer. But yeah, like how big is that store, bro? Like how big is the store? Like realistically, like, and also by the way, I will say like, you've definitely done, I mean, it's the same thing that I said before, like you've done something, the only reason why you get put on these like final warning and stuff is because of something that you have done. What's a realistic number of profit a beginner can hit and how many products do you need to achieve that? Normally as a beginner, I would always recommend to focus on trying to learn and trying to figure out things and trying to just do as much as possible, and that always leads to the money, right? If you're trying to make as much money as quickly as humanly possible, it's never gonna lead to longer term money, you know? It's something I realized quite early on, like if you're just chasing money, you're not necessarily gonna make a lot of money and it's not gonna stay there for a long period of time. Whereas if you're chasing kind of the knowledge and understanding of the topic, you're gonna make a lot more money longer term. There's one thing I will say, right? In terms of like a realistic number, like profit for a beginner to make with Etsy dropshipping in like 3 months time, like it's very realistic if you're following the correct information, you're doing the correct things, you're staying consistent, 3 to 5K profit per month. But like saying a number like that doesn't really, it's like context matters so much to it, you know? Like, are you putting the time and effort in? Are you like, do you have an average IQ or like an above average IQ or a below average IQ? Like all these little different things matter, you know? And in terms of how many products, like you should have a product every single day. By the time you have like 100 products, 3 months in, you should easily be making 5K profit per month. My 5-year-old account was suspended and after months of appeals, I've received no response. 2 other accounts with different emails, both 2 years old, also suspended without any sales. Any solutions? I am not Etsy support. I don't know what's gone wrong with your accounts. You would have done something. There would have been something that flags their system. It doesn't matter if it's legitimate or not. In my opinion and in my experience, those accounts are gone. GG, like give up, move on, you know? Like based upon that, it sounds like you've wasted kind of months when you could have just opened up fucking new stores and not done those things, you know? After months of appeals, like bro, like fuck that shit, man. Like just GG, move on, move on, move on. You know, I would put a thing on your calendar, maybe every 60 days to like refile the appeal, email them again kind of thing. But other than that, just move on, open up new accounts. Like, yeah, like, you also had no sales on those accounts. So it's like, it's not like you've lost an account that was worth a lot of money and had like a lot of history on it. So like, fuck it, you know, move on. I have 2 shops making around 1.5K profit a month. I really want to outsource the product listings as this takes up most of my time. How do you scale? Do you get VAs from Fiverr? So I would never get a VA from Fiverr, personally. I think the VAs on Fiverr are very, very, very bad. VAs, for anyone that doesn't know, is virtual assistant. So typically someone in a developing country, a third world country, where you can pay them quite a cheap amount relative to what we earn in like the UK and stuff to do work for you, okay? So that's the first thing I would say, right? In terms of getting VAs, I'm gonna give you guys two big things, right? So Upwork is definitely better than Fiverr, okay? But Upwork, meh, compared to onlinejobs.ph. Like, this is actual game, right? Like, if you already know about this, so that you don't appreciate this knowledge. But I remember the beginning of my dropshipping journey when I found online jobs, like, bruh, I fucking come in my pants, like crazy. So good, so useful, okay? So online jobs, that's where I'd get a VA from. And in terms of scaling, from 1.5k profit per month, right? So you're making £1,500 profit per month. First thing I would say is don't spend any of that money, okay? Like, unless you have to, you have to buy food, right? But don't spend any of that money. Don't inflate your lifestyle as you continue to earn more and more money, okay? Invest that 1.5 back into your businesses and open up more stores. I would say that's the easiest way for you. If you have 2 stores making 1.5k profit together, right? You're quite vulnerable in that position, right? You've only got 2 stores and 1.5k is a lot of money every month. So you want more stores. You want 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want a multitude of stores in a lot of different niches, right? So let's say you're selling spring dresses. When it comes summer, you're gonna kind of go to bullshit. You know, everything's gonna kind of fall apart. So you want more diversification into more stores, and I would focus on the longer term, okay? So don't spend that money thinking you've just got that money. Put that, like, save that money, invest that money back into your businesses, into figuring out new things, right? For obviously Etsy dropshipping. Also, do the virtual assistants need to use proxy/VPN to make sure I don't get flagged? Yes. Honestly, Jordan, I would join Etsy Kings. If you're earning money already, if you're earning 1.5k profit per month, I would join Etsy Kings. It's going to tell you exactly how to do like everything, how to scale everything. You're going to get help from me. You're going to get help from the other coaches, everything. Genuinely, there's no reason why not to. If you're already making good money, 1.5k profit per month, I don't know how long you've been doing it, but like, I would definitely join Etsy Kings, which is my course and community. But yeah, if you don't want to do that though, that's fine. But like, you need a fucking, not a VPN, you need proxy, and you need a browser management service as well. If you want to know more about Etsy Kings, it's there. I put the link in the thing. I want quick profit come in, to be honest, but I'm currently an appointment setter and want to put money into something that can get me cash flow so I can focus on what I want to do. Yeah, that's actually a really bad way to look at it, to look at business. Yeah, bro, like, quick profit just doesn't really exist. Like, I'm gonna be just honest, like, quick profit just doesn't really exist. Like, legitimate quick profit, like, legal ways to do quick profit just doesn't exist. Like, it's just not a thing. But yeah, like, quick profit just doesn't really exist. Like, it's just not a thing that, I don't know, like, it's just not a thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than just saying it's not a fucking thing. Like, it just doesn't exist. Like, it's just bullshit. It's just bullshit. It doesn't exist. Like, you have to work towards everything, right? And there's always ups and downs in business. That's one thing you have to understand. Like some months you make a lot of money, some months you might fall off and you might dip, you know? It's difficult. Like, there's no such thing as like an easy thing to do. There's the easiest thing to do, which I think is Etsy dropshipping, and I think it's relatively quick to kind of get going and get it up and running and get fucking making money, and I think it is the best option, but it doesn't mean that it like generally is quick or is easy. You know, there's always problems, there's always ways you have to overcome them, there's always difficulties. It's just the same thing in fucking everything in life, you know, standard shit. Create a new account, won't it be linked to my suspended account to get suspended as well? I mean, maybe, yeah, but yeah, it can. But it can also not. It depends on the information that you use with those stores at that time. It depends on a lot of different things. Do you know how to source from Eastern Europe or any other supplier other than AliExpress? Why would you want to source from any other supplier other than the Chinese dons? Chinese dons are the best suppliers in the entire world. They just are the best, right? And especially now, you can actually get like 5-day shipping all the way from China, drop shipped, and it's actually cheap as fuck. Like, there's really like not much reason ever to not buy from China. really the only products that I know that like Eastern Europe do better is like food products and like supplements. Right, those are kind of the main things that Eastern Europe is pretty good at, or like Europe in general is at. Like Eastern Europe, yeah, you said Eastern Europe. Like Turkey's pretty good at clothing and stuff, but other than that, like China is elite, especially because they just have the fulfillment and stuff. They have the logistics and the infrastructure to like get your stuff to you so fucking quickly now. Like it's amazing. Genuinely, it's like the best. Like I don't think there's really any purpose to source from Eastern Europe. But if you were to go about it, bro, the best thing is, I'll show you this website. I'll show you this website, 1 second. The best way to find Eastern European suppliers is this website right here. Supplement, supplier, Europe, like, and then you would just find one of these companies, like Pharma Manufacturer Europe, like, these guys look decently sized, like they've got a nice website and shit, and then you would just contact like all these people, like warehouse in Latvia, like bro, you just do that, like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, that's how you do it. And the hack, the actual good advice that I have is like, go to page 10 of Google. Like go to like every single page and contact every single one. Look, this is a little fucking Reddit fucking forum right here. Like, you know, go to that. And then also use Bing, right? Use Microsoft Bing and then do the same search term, right? Supplement, supplier, Europe, and then search through all of those and find one of those, you know, because it's going to be different in those. And then like DuckDuckGo and like do all the different search platforms and go to page 10 and contact every single supplier, you know, supplement, supplier, Europe. Make sense? Is 1688 like AliExpress? Would you say it's even better? Before I research, are they on par with them? Cheers. So 1688, basically, 1688 is like the Chinese AliExpress. But to be honest, a lot of people just don't know how to use AliExpress, and that's why they feel like 1688 is better. To be honest, like pretty much everything is on AliExpress. Yeah, so the best way to describe it, I was trying to find out how many products are on 1688, but basically the best way to describe it is AliExpress is really like, AliExpress is a direct-to-consumer website that you can find anything on and you can buy anything on. I think it has 100 million products on it, okay? Somewhere in the region of 100 million products on AliExpress, okay? Millions of sellers. So you can basically find absolutely everything on AliExpress, whereas 1688 is good because it's like a bit different and it's kind of wholesale based and you can't really buy directly on it. It's good for just product research and then sending that link to your supplier, okay? I think 1688 is just, it's more good because you can find different products on there. Whereas AliExpress, a lot of the search results kind of show the same thing because it's algorithmically based. Okay, so what I like to do is always go like incognito, you know, reset your browser history shit and your cookies and try and find try and log in through a different Chrome profile. Like, it's algorithmically based, so by doing that you're gonna find different things and you're gonna come across different things. But like, really there's so many different things on there. Like, I don't know, man, there's 100 million products on there. Like, you have a lot of people message me like, yo, I can't find any products on AliExpress. It's like, bro, you're not fucking looking enough. Like, you're being stupid. You know, there's so many products on AliExpress. Like, look how many fucking fish hooks there are. Like the most random product in the entire world, fishing hooks. It doesn't say the fucking thing, but like 10,000 sold, 10,000 sold, 10,000 sold, 10,000, like every single one of these is sold 10,000. You know, like, bro, there's some like fishing hooks, like the most random thing that basically is kind of the same thing, you know? But the things with 1688, you can't buy directly on it, so you're gonna have to send it to your supplier. Whereas Ali, you can just buy straight on it. So that's kind of the main pro of AliExpress, but yeah. To be honest, bro, like, I don't know, why do people kind of think that niches, like, I definitely play into this, but like, people think niches are like the fucking be all and end all. Like, it's just not really the truth. Like, yes, you can have a killer niche, and yes, it makes you fucking win, and it makes it a lot easier to win. But like, truthfully, selling kind of anything and just doing the correct strategy is what makes you win. Like, you can sell this shit and you'll be fucking amazing, and you'll be fucking killer, and you'll win, right? Like, literally anything in here, like kitchen and dining. Just sell fucking, there you go, wooden shelves. Like, bruh. What, probably like $80 average order value. Pretty easy. Maybe a bit expensive. Is there anything? Okay, maybe it's expensive to ship because it's gonna be, it's quite heavy. So maybe that's not the best. Okay, but let's do the easiest thing in the entire universe. You just type in China as the shipping location, show results. Even we'll just leave on Etsy's picks, right? So stuff that Etsy personally likes, right? Right, look at this fucking chandelier, that's sick. Like, you can sell this shit. This is actually not really a good niche. But this stuff here, you know, little pots, little antique hand-carved wooden fucking whatever. Like, bro, little dash hound gift. This kind of bullshit, this kind of bullshit. Like, there's so many different things you can sell, to be honest. This is a bestseller, handmade leather goods. Like, you can just rip this entire store and undercut their pricing, go slightly cheaper than their pricing, and you're literally good. Like, I don't know, you don't have to overcomplicate it a lot of the time. I mean, something like this, like if you came across this, I wouldn't do this, you know? 0 sales, 14 listings, like this is just not good. Like, bro, like, this is probably actually a Chinese store, but like I wouldn't do that kind of store. You know, this is dog shit store. Like, for this kind of store right here, like it just looks so weird. Actually, I can review this as a bad store. That'd be a little decent good. In Etsy, can you create accounts without signers? Do you have a source law to create like 10 to 20 stores and not have signers? Yes. Yes. But also, bro, like if you go to Apply Etsy Kings, top link in the description, go through the application process, book in a call. Your call will probably be with me, and then I can just kind of explain what it is, if that makes sense, right? Like what we have and stuff like that. I won't tell you the method, right? But I'll explain exactly everything. But yeah, like this store is absolute dog shit. Like, this is an Etsy store right here. This is an Etsy dropshipping store. This is absolute dog shit. Like if you just look at these pictures, like you do not want to buy from this. This does not instill trust in you that they have a huge watermark on top of their clearly AI generated pictures. Like these are the most AI bullshit ass pictures in the entire universe. These are trash, right? So like, bro, like this is a Chinese store though. This is openly a Chinese store. They've gone for the Chinese name as well. Some Chinese dons are really smart. Some Chinese dons are a bit fucking thick in the head. You know, this store was only started like 7 days ago. You can kind of tell that by the 0 sales. But some of them are decent products, but the photos are just so bad, and that's why they have 0 sales so far. You know, this kind of little product, actually cool as fuck. Watermark, not really that cool, and also this watermark can be removed. Like I can remove this fucking watermark. Watermark don't really mean shit, to be honest. I can remove this shit so easy. But like these are dog shit AI pictures, AI backgrounds. With the foreground, it is legit pictures though. But this is a cool product, but that fucking watermark just makes it look so scammy. And probably descriptions are okay. Shipping time is actually okay as well, considering Chinese New Year. I mean, it's all right. I think the description could be a lot better. Like, how big is this? Like, one of the biggest mistakes this store is making is they don't have the actual sizing in the description. Like, I have no idea how big this is. I can guess, but if I'm spending $30, I don't want to guess. You know, I don't want to guess. I want to know exactly how big this lamp is, exactly how it plugs in. Is it battery powered? Because there's no cables, like, so it must be battery powered. It's gonna kind of be fucking annoying if it's battery powered, you know? But I think about all these things, and that's what I do, and that's how I change it. That's how I change a store like this. My account is on reserve because my suppliers mostly use China as their carrier, and Etsy doesn't recognize the tracking number. Anything else I can do to fix. Get a better supplier. Kind of really the best option in that situation. I would say just get a better supplier, to be honest. To be honest with China, like if you put that into like 17 track or parcels app, it should come up with like last mile tracking, so you can kind of wait for that. It's a bit awkward though, like, but yeah, like it's just not really ideal with China. Now, I don't know, but maybe get a better supplier. It's probably kind of the best option that I would say to you.